What's up, everybody? I just excuse my nap and just look. I'll show y'all Timmy. Timmy's actually here helping.
You're still here.
No, I don't care about that. This is all my. This is in our bedroom in our house. So, it was a big ordeal getting home today, and I'm not gonna be able to read the comments too good because I don't got two phones, and I got some stuff going on getting cleared out on me. Still in the medical attic, but uh, I was gonna tell y'all how this happened because a bunch of people asked me, and um, I just didn't feel like typing it a bunch of times because it was pretty crazy. Um, running in the rally that Dave McKee was hosting on Saturday. It was supposed to be a four-man team thing. It ended up just being me, which everybody else had other issues they had to deal with, which is fine. And so I got out on riding around rally, doing that most part of the day, having a good time actually. And I don't know if that video ever make it. I was recording stuff, but a Ram Rally, just to give you some background on it, you're going after waypoints like on a Smoky Mountain 500, but you're doing it sort of in a race format. It's not really a race. You're not supposed to be speeding, but you're just capturing these waypoints. And as you get more points in the waypoints, whoever gets the top number of waypoints wins the rally. Well, it was a pretty good day. I was going through there pretty good. I was by myself. I didn't plan at all, just sort of winging it. And I was actually in the lead and having a great time, running into some other fellow riders doing the route and chatted with them for a minute. Well, the rally started at 9. I started at about 10, but the rally started at 9. It ended at, I think it was 5 o'clock. No, 2 o'clock. I'm sorry. So it was about 1. Well, after 1, I was taking a break and fixing to start heading back to Walhalla to the final stop. And I was going down a curvy mountain road called War Woman Road in North Georgia. Come around the curve, the next one come up on me a little quicker than I thought it would. Was I speeding? Probably by a little bit, but nothing crazy because we normally don't speed on the pavement too crazy. I apologize for the background noise, but I hit the brake and my back tire slid, and when it slid into the curve, but then it caught and stood the bike back up. Well, there was a we quit for a second. There was a 40-foot open ravine right there. It was a clear cut with a power line, so there was maybe a 20-foot opening, maybe 30 foot, and it was a 40-foot drop off. Well, when the bike stood up, it shot straight off that drop off, and there was nothing I could do about it. Now, I didn't have my ABS on. Would ABS help? Would have made it different? I don't know, and I'll tell you why. One reason is there was trees about 10 feet up. There was oak trees 10 foot off the road. About 50 yards back or less, which I wouldn't have went off that way anyway, there was oak trees. So if I wouldn't have hit that clearing, there was a cop on the scene. If I hadn't hit that clearing, I'd have definitely been dead. I'd have hit trees at 30 miles an hour, 10 foot off the ground. So on a 500-pound bike, because I wouldn't have had time to get clear of it by that quickly. But when it went off, I hope y'all can hear me too. But when it went off the ravine, it went straight off. I kicked off the bike. It was 40 feet. So I went off a 40-foot mountain cliff, basically. I don't think I made contact with the bike, but I think I got away from it enough. But the bike dropped out from under me. I hit the ground, probably made contact on my feet at about, I don't know, I'd say about 15 feet when I've contacted the ground. I hit the ground, rolled a few times, smacked my head probably 5 times. Luckily, I had a brand new Scorpion helmet on that I just paid $400 for. It destroyed it, but I didn't go unconscious. I didn't know at the time, but my back immediately started hurting because I've had it get jammed up before, and so I thought that's what it was. And it immediately started hurting. It wasn't crazy excruciating, but I had a lot of adrenaline going at that time. So, I tried to stand up almost about 5 minutes after the crash, and my legs completely gave out from under me, and I just fell down. So at that time, I kind of thought that definitely some spinal injuries or maybe even getting close to being paralyzed, but I didn't know still. I was at the bottom of a 40-foot ravine down by the road. I could see the road, but the people coming by would have to really be looking to see me. So I only had one choice. I laid there for a minute after I stood up, couldn't stand up, just rubber leg back down to the ground. I laid there on my back for about, 10, 15 minutes. The key was still on my bike, and I could smell gas. So I crawled down to about 10 feet. My bike's about 10 feet below me. I crawled down there, cut the switch off so I wouldn't burn the forest down with me laying in it. And then I laid there for about 10 minutes. I flipped over. I put my helmet in one hand, grabbed onto the face mask. I grabbed my water pack, bundled it all up so I wouldn't be getting tangled up on stuff. And I crawled 40 feet straight up a mountain with my hands and using my feet very little. I got to the top of the cliff, laid right on the road, which is probably kind of stupid, but it was right on the road is all I had to do. About 5-10 cars passed me by, didn't even stop to help me, which that just gives you a little indication of what America's like these day and time.
Yes, it is.
But luckily somebody stopped who happened to be a volunteer firefighter, and I've got my phone, got a screenshot of my wife's number, went up to her house 5 minutes away, called the cops, called the ambulance. They got down to me. Luckily, a nurse stopped during that time too and said he was concerned about my back. Well, they got me in an ambulance, took me to a hospital in Clayton, but it was a little hospital. They did some CT scans, found out I had a pretty bad L1 burst fracture. They had to life flight me from Clayton, Georgia, back to Greenville, South Carolina. And then where there was a surgical team there that could take care of me. And they got, let's see what else that happened during that time. They life flight me over there, got some more CT scans, MRIs, all that good stuff. Had a major L1 burst fracture. It was pushing on my spinal cord. Had internal bleeding. So it's pretty bad. It's going to be a long recovery. Probably 4 to 6 weeks of wearing a brace before I can actually walk like a halfway normal human. And then probably 8 to 12 months of recovery before I can actually do anything. And so it's going to be a long one. It hurts like hell. I know people can say in reach and all that stuff. And I'm sorry, my internet might be jacked up too. I know we and Timmy been talking already about the in-reach thing. I don't know what my future holds for riding a motorcycle. I don't know if I'm ever going to do it again. Have no idea. There's probably close to $2,500 plus worth of damage on my bike. This surgery alone cost me $142,000. $145,000. And that's not counting the life flight, helicopter flight, the ambulance, the 5 days in the hospital stay, the stuff I did at 6 days in the hospital, and the stuff I did in Clayton too. So I got a lot of expense ahead of me, more than I can actually afford, but it is what it is. So the bike's kind of on the back burner, which is going to be a while before that even happens anyway. But it's probably, I hadn't looked at it yet, but just what Timmy told me. The towing company charged me $750 to tow the damn thing. So 12 miles away. So
it does me too.
and I know this stuff, people's going to say what they're going to say, because I've had a lot of great supporters that sent me messages. I've had a bunch of people send me money through PayPal and stuff like that. There's a lot of great people out there. There's going to be a handful of people that's like, oh, you should have had InReach. I agree with that. Should have done this. ABS would have saved you this. This wouldn't happen if you did this and this. This can happen to each and every one of you, just like it can happen to me. We all speed. We all ride over our heads. We all want the biggest and baddest and latest and greatest adventure bike for street riding or dirt riding that's got way more power than any of us can handle. On top of that, it's got way more power than the actual brakes can stop the damn thing. So I learned some valuable lessons. It's going to be an expensive one for me. And I don't know if I'll ever ride again. I don't know if I'll ever be well enough to ride again. I had a job I was supposed to be starting on Monday, and I'm not going to be able to start that job now, and it's not going to be there for me anymore. So now I'm unemployed with probably $30,000-$40,000 of doctor bills I got to pay for out of my pocket, plus $3,000 worth of bike damage and helmet damage I got to pay for too. So, it sucks. It really does. But just know, if you think you're the greatest rider in the world, you may be, but shit can turn on you in an instant. Because I consider myself pretty good, and it bit me that day. And right at the end of the day, when I was fixing to go home for the day too, it just bit me in the ass, and it's caused me some major pain and gonna cause me major financial strain. It's gonna put a blow on me. So I may set up a GoFundMe. Who knows? I could definitely use it. I'm not gonna lie. I have no job. I have one, and now I got nothing. It was totally my fault. I understand that, but it's gonna be a long road to recovery, financially and mentally, because I've been having dreams about it every night, and it just it's much all. I mean, and thanks to Dave McKee for having the event. I still finished third, which is pretty good.
See now, see what I'm saying? Come on now.
I was in the lead, but I crashed and broke my back and didn't get to finish. I would have won that thing, but you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to keep my spirits high. Y'all know I deal with anxiety and depression. It's been hitting me hard the last few days. It's gonna put a toll on me. I can already tell you that, because this is a lot worse than I thought it was gonna be. Just walking the 10 feet from about 20 feet from my front door to my bedroom today was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And that was with a walker. Yeah, and I'm home now, Jay. So I'm finally out of the hospital, but I got a lot of physical therapy, doctor's appointments, medication, a lot of bills. Oh man, it's kind of overwhelming. And I ain't even looked at the bike yet. I may cry when I look at that, because I've had a few of those moments the last few days of just feeling overwhelmed, to be honest with you. I just it's probably gonna get to me a little bit, because I told Timmy, I said, how you set your priorities when you got $30,000 worth of, look, Timmy got some M&Ms.
Little brother's gonna be all right.
But how you set your priorities when you got $30,000 worth of hospital bills to even shell out $2,500, $3,000 to fix a bike, get rid of it, get another one, whatever it may be. I don't know, man. It's overwhelming. It really is. I ain't gonna be woe is me or nothing. I appreciate all the support, all the good messages, all the positivity and text and emails, and RWB, if you're watching this, he's been one of my biggest supporters. I think he raised it a little over $1,000 for me through PayPal, which has been awesome. Because I know me and Timmy's not the one to ask for that stuff, but I don't know where this money's gonna come from. It's gonna put a strain on us for sure, and me not working or knowing if I'll be working 8 months from now. I don't know. Had everything going in a positive direction for me. Everything was on cloud 9. I was doing perfect, and it all went to shit in about 15 minutes. So I appreciate it. I'm in a lot of pain, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna run this live anymore, because I got some stuff I gotta get straightened out on my body here. And I gotta eat some food that I hadn't ate all day long. But I appreciate all y'all. If I set up a GoFundMe, I'll let you know. I have no idea how to do that, so it'll be just one step at a time. So yeah, I am going to try to concentrate on getting myself back right before I do anything else, but I got to try to keep myself in a good mental state. So maybe throwing out some YouTube videos every once in a while, how the recovery process is going, will help me with that a little bit, because believe it or not, it's going to be hard. All the people on here reached out more than my family did at some point, so I appreciate it. And
There's a lot. I appreciate it too.
yeah, see y'all. We'll see y'all in the next one. All right, this thing.
I do care more about something like this.